We have to remember, really importantly, the policy action we see in China that we have already seen usually ends up in the official statistics and ends up in the companies 6 to 9 months later. So we have seen so many targeted policy measures now around easing, flooding the market with liquidity, trying to prop it up, particularly of the private-owned enterprises in that private sector. So we can see a lot of activity already coming back online, but what we want to emphasize, this isn't a U-shaped recovery like we've seen in the past. This is an L-shaped recovery, and the recovery is going to be a lot longer. So forget about the old 3 years, which fitted neatly inside a 5-year plan. Think something more like 7 to 8 years now. And so we're about 5.5 years into this cycle. We've still got a couple more to go. So we think there's a base under the economy right now.
Hayden, it's Hadley in Abu Dhabi. I have to ask you, does that mean, given all of the improved accessibility, given all of these reforms that you were mentioning onshore in China, does that mean that this Planet China bond is now coming into play?
Yeah, so we've been saying we spent all of our life on Planet China bond. It's pulling everybody in. So what you can already see is sovereign wealth funds are starting to allocate. We suspect that's from the Middle East because they're now recycling the oil revenues they've got, because this year or last year we started the Shanghai oil contract. So when they get those revenues, they're recycling them back into Chinese bonds. I was at the IMF in Bali late last year. Every central banker I saw was talking about increasing their or doubling their allocations to Chinese bonds this year. Active investors are in. Guess what? It was the best performing market in the world last year, around a 9.5% total return. So they've already enjoyed some gains there. The next one to drop is April, when the Easter Bunny arrives, and they're going to include the Chinese bonds into the global aggregate indexes. So that is a big flow into the Chinese market, which is supporting the currency this year.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.